time. All right, everybody. Well, welcome on to the call. We have an action-packed call for tonight. Lots of information, lots of great stuff happening, and we're going to get right into it and go right through it. Brendan, I'll let you kick things off for us.
Awesome. Well, listen, welcome everybody. As this is our second week in a row that we have done this call. This call will continue every Tuesday night at 9:30. We're conscious of our people in Central Time, and we felt this is a great time to get as much exposure as possible. The goal of this call, just so everyone understands, all the partners are coming together as a unified group, and we want to identify some people in our teams on your teams. Each week, we're going to hear from new people, new people's perspectives. It's all about learning and collaborating. What's working for one person might not be working for another, but to hear someone else's perspective is always powerful. And it just sometimes it's just one word or one catch that makes a difference in helping acquire customers or helping recruit new energy advisors. So tonight we have two great guests to hear from, but we also are coming off the leadership retreat as the partners and a lot of the leaders of our company met this past couple days in New Jersey, had some incredible time and bonding together. I wasn't able to do it. I was in Boston on the Rhode Island border where we got the most snow ever, so I couldn't make the leadership retreat. But I will tell you that I was there in on a Zoom listening in, and it was a powerful, powerful weekend. A lot of great stories that you'll hear from a lot of different people. We'll touch on that down the road. But really, there's a lot to unpack tonight because another part of this goal of this call is because things happen so quickly at Think Energy that Tuesday night's that perfect night to say, hey, this is what's going on with our company. Here's some things that you need to know about. If you're building a team and building groups and getting customers, you need to know what's hot, where to go, what's promotions that are out there, because there's always things happening in our company. And we don't want you to find out about it on Friday. We want you to get early on in the week to understand where to focus your energy. So the Partners in Above will do this every week. It'll be exciting. We're gonna transition now to get you some information because there's a lot of announcements tonight, a lot of promos that were announced, and we want you to get your head around what is in front of you in terms of what you can take advantage of tomorrow morning. Actually, probably in a couple of hours, there's one promotion that starts in like 3 hours, so it's exciting. So we want you to be well prepared for everything that's coming your way so you can maximize and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. So with that, let's kind of go through and start you off with, if you're brand new to this company and you're just getting started, go back one slide, Tony, because we have a weekly training for all the new people. There's a different topic each week that we train on as a company, and it's every Wednesday, and tomorrow will be at noon. So if you are in your events calendar, which is in your back office on Think Success, you'll find the definitions or the Zoom links where you can attend all the weekly trainings. These are great. They're hosted by the company, but they cover different topics every week. All right, Tony, let's get fast and furious here because also tomorrow night, we also want to highlight some of the live activities. So if you know anyone in New Jersey within an hour radius, 2 hour radius of this location in Somerville, New Jersey, my brother Jim and Fred Luthi and Alex, who will be hosting that event, they have a Chamber of Commerce event that they host where all people are invited to learn about this amazing opportunity. So tomorrow, Somerville, 6:30, 7 o'clock start. All right, Tony, let's rock and roll. The heat is on, right? This is the Texas promotion, right? So in Texas, where you have incredible rates now to get your customers on our Think Energy products, whether it's a 1 year or a 36-month option, great bonuses above and beyond the compensation plan all the way through the end of March. Take advantage of the heat because the heat hasn't hit Texas, but it is hot down there because there's this extra money that with these incredible rate plans are amazing. So take advantage of that because obviously the battery program is going to be full-fledged in a couple months down there. Get as many of your customers on these amazing rates. So they're primed and ready to go. So when the battery gets launched at a high level, they're ready to go. So great promotion in Texas. Thanks, Tony. We also have our Back to the Future, everyone, for all those people that are in this company that are brand new. If you're brand new and recruiting new people tomorrow or the day after, this is a long-term promo. It goes through the middle of July. Anybody could join this business between now and the end of July or middle of July. And if their team acquires customer growth credits, which is a customer, so if you sign up a customer on electric or any product, you get a growth credit. But if you get a customer on autosave and you connect their thermostat, a thermostat counts as a growth credit. So you can actually start to technically one home in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, DC, any of the markets that we have these the ability to connect your thermostat, you have the ability to kind of get 2 points or 2 growth credits per home. So, but anyone that acquires 500 per 500, you get a $5,000 bonus. Once you hit the 500 team customers, you get this bonus. It gets paid out immediately. And then 1,000 gets another 5,000. If you get to 2,500 customer points or growth credits before the middle of July, you'll make $25,000 with a matching bonus from the company of $25,000. All right, so let's keep going because that's amazing. And obviously, if you're I guess a veteran in the business and you've been around for a while, you still have a chance to participate with your new businesses that you're bringing in at half the amount. So the new people get an incredible opportunity, but the old folks like us, we have an opportunity to do really well as well. So now everything is leaning towards it's everything stacked on one another. So if you're going for the Back to the Future promotion, you have this to earn as well. It's a tropical getaway, which we're going to announce very soon in terms of where we're going. But that's anyone that acquires 500 team credits before the end of July can automatically win a trip for two with flights, vouchers, and all expense paid. So this is amazing. And by the way, there's two people tonight on this call that are very close to getting to that 500 points, and they did it within 60 days. So you're going to hear from one of them tonight, by the way, which is exciting. Now, here's a new promo that was just announced. This already started. So if anyone lives in New Jersey, and the reason why this promo is here for New Jersey is because New Jersey is the one state where if you sign up for a rate plan, okay, if you sign up for a rate plan. So in the beginning, before autosave, we had what we call the bridge to autosave. So if anyone signed up for that 4-month or 5-month plan in anticipation of autosave coming, in the state of New Jersey, on any fixed rate plan, if you don't renew or take action after the contract expires, the state law makes the supplier put you back on the utility. So we had thousands of customers sign up for a fixed rate, a short-term fixed rate in anticipation of autosave. And then that customer who didn't go into autosave because they had to enroll again, they went back to the utility. So the company said, listen, we want autosave customers because we want as many batteries in New Jersey as possible. So they're giving a bonus for all those energy advisors that sign up those customers through the end of March. You have a chance to go back to them and re-enroll them into autosave because they're on the utility now. And the company will pay an extra $20 for that promo all the way through the end of March. So that's an incredible incentive for you to make that call to say, hey, I know you missed the opportunity to get on autosave because of whatever happened, you know what I mean? But we want you to take advantage of it because you have a chance to now participate in the battery. So that promo is now live all the way through the end of March. Awesome stuff, Tony. Keep going.
I mean,
And
this is something else, Brendan. I love this too because one of the things here, like Brendan was saying, is Michael Falquist was like, "Listen, this state is an anomaly with how we handle electricity customers." And everybody in New Jersey was like, "Oh, what's going on? I lost this customer. If it was in another state, they would have just stayed with Think." Well, that's why they come up with this program so that you can get them back and take advantage of it now. It's a limited time. Just get them into the program, and then you won't ever have to sign them up again. That's the best part about it. So yeah, really excited
Bella,
about it.
you probably have Bella for anyone that she's one of our partners, her and Nick, that have a tremendous associate base or independent associate base in New Jersey. So I'm sure this is going over very well in your community, Bella, right? I think you're on mute, so I don't know if you want to say a couple words about this with your team. I think you're probably directing them all to go get their customers, right?
Very excited now, Brendan and Tony and Eddie. We're going crazy because we are like return autosave like crazy. Set it, forget it, bring them back once and you got them. And so this is such an incredible like déjà vu. Here we go again with all our incredible customers we didn't have, and now we're bringing them all back, getting paid on each and every one of them, and also part of a promo that you'll talk about soon. So we're very excited. The team
Nice.
here.
It's exciting. All right, Tony, what's next? This is like
Boy.
rapid fire. I mean, it's
This
like
is the big one. This is the big one for tonight, I think. This one, everybody's going to go nuts over this one.
Here we go. Here we go.
all right, let's see. What do we got? Whoa, boy. Okay, to celebrate 2026, it looks like we are going to do a TNT. For those of you that are new, this is important. Our company has what they call a TNT, today, not tomorrow. These are short-term, 24-hour promotions. Now, this could mean anything. Like there could be 3 months from now, it could be a TNT that says, "Hey, we're going to pay an extra whatever for a customer in the next 24 hours." It doesn't matter. There's different reasons why the company does a TNT. This TNT is going to be announced. It's announced now, but it goes effective at midnight tonight for 24 hours. So all day tomorrow, all the way up to midnight. From tonight at midnight to tomorrow midnight, anyone can enroll brand new for $20.26. That is our enrollment TNT promotion. That is amazing. So obviously, that is 2026. It's a little spin on the year, but let's go. This is a great promotion. If you've been working anybody or if anyone in your team has been thinking or on the fence, this is it. This is the time for them to come in and actually get someone to join their team and start to really understand who we are as a company so they can start to hit the ground running when we start to get very vocal about the battery in the future. And it's going to be very, very exciting. What do you guys think about this promo? Ed, do you guys
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you, we got a new enrollment system now that all those kinks are over with. So we want to punish it. The whole purpose of this is to punish the new enrollment system and watch it fly. And then when you sign up for 2026 and you get one customer, no matter what customer it is, you're going to get your money back. So it's not just important to get a bunch of advisors on to 2026. It's important to get advisors on, get them certified with a customer. That's what the company wants to see. That's what we all want to see. That's what we're going to see with this. So let's make this an incredible 24-hour blitz.
Yeah, this is Eastern time. Everybody needs to know this is Eastern Standard Time. So midnight Eastern Standard Time. So that's 11 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Pacific. That's when it starts, and it goes all the way through until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. So you basically have you have 2 hours and 15 minutes to ramp yourselves up, and then bam, it goes into effect for 24 hours. So it is the time to take action. $20.26 for 2026. Incredible what we have.
We love it. It's amazing. I can't wait.
There's more.
Knock that one out of the park. And then here we go. Remember, we have this promo going on from mid-February all the way to the end of March, where we are paying $10,000 split to the leaderboard of the first top 20 slots of people that are enrolling. Energy customers, not community solar, but energy customers, electricity, any electricity customers. So Texas, or any autosave customer, or any customer in the Northeast, wherever we have electricity. And so the top 20 earners will earn this. We have our first updated leaderboard. I saw many of you on this Zoom tonight that are on the leaderboard. Let's show who's who. Who's who at 20.
You know what, Brendan? We probably should have gone from like number 20 to number 1. I just realized that, and the slides went from number 1 to number 20. So next time we'll go the reverse way. So here we go. We're going to show you the gold first. Who's in the prime spot right here? Who is it? Drum roll.
Whoa, Jordan N. And by the way, if this promotion ended today, you would win $3,000, Jordan. So keep it up. Keep up your work, But we have obviously second place, Ronnie L. That's awesome. Karen D is in third. This is amazing. The top 3 spots.
He was on last week's call.
Yes, we got Dwayne A. All right, Dwayne, way to go. Let's rock and roll. The energy team is rocking. Alex L. All right, that's awesome. Karen B. Karen B was the one that was on last week. That is not Michael Falquist, by the way. That is Michael F. We don't know who else that
I
is.
have to look that up. I was like, wait a minute. Who is that?
Michaela D. I love it. Ninth place, Brian D., who's going to be our guest speaker tonight. That's pretty cool to see him on the top leaderboard. Robert A. B., Rita M. in 12th, Michelle C., Adina H., this is exciting. Michael
Very
C.,
exciting.
Rodney D. Do you see yourself? Jeffrey M., Rafaela H., Ashley M.
The last one, a lot of people are going to know because it's 2 names. There's no hiding. There's no hiding.
John and Brenda from Texas. I love it. There is your official leaderboard. Now, next week, by the way, we will post the top 50 so you can kind of see some other people that are close. But I will tell you, from the person that's in first to the person that's in 20th, it is within their grasp. It's not too much to get you from 20th to 1st, by the way. This is not a runaway. I will tell you that. And so it's exciting to know that congratulations for all those that are on this list that are working it every single day. You know, we love you and we're rooting for all of you. There will only be 20 winners, but this is going to be an exciting run all the way through the end of March. I can't believe that this is happening. And listen, it's exciting. We can't wait to hand out that money when this promotion ends. So congratulations, everybody. We were excited for you. And you guys have anything? You guys know any one of these people? I mean, I know a bunch of them, but I know you
Oh,
know
yeah.
some.
I know
Yeah,
many of
absolutely.
them.
Absolutely, no doubt. I mean, look, we've been seeing this all week since we announced this, right? All of the partners, we've been looking at this, kind of going back and forth and seeing the jockeying going on. It's like a horse race already. Like it's really exciting. So the top spots, number 1, 2, and 3, they were not 1, 2, and 3 4
No,
days ago. Okay,
they
so
were.
it's just great. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
It's awesome, and there's some people that hit the list just in the last couple days that weren't even on the list, and just have been putting in a lot of customers. So, congratulations, everybody! And all right, so we are going to shift over. I think do we have anything left on this, or is this
All we have is that we will be putting this recording up. So if anybody wants to share it, you have team members who couldn't get on, it will be up on the YouTube channel and the Vimeo channel both tonight. We'll make sure it's there like within an hour or so after the call ends. It just has to process, but we'll get it up there right away.
Great. Now, listen,
Awesome.
we are so excited tonight to bring on a couple of our guests, people that are energy advisors out there, working real hard to share the vision of this company with as many people, do an amazing job of educating a ton of customers, building teams, but they're new. These are folks that are really haven't been around the block for a while, and we want to do this on a consistent effort to share with you guys, different perspectives from different backgrounds, and hear from people that are out there doing the work, right? So I see we have our first guest on here, Mr. Brian. And listen, Brian, we were debating on your name, how to pronounce your last name. We were screwing it up, so I'm going to leave that to you because it is Disheimer,
Dilsheimer.
Dilsheimer,
Dilsheimer.
Dilsheimer. Okay.
Dilsheimer, but
Dilsheimer.
I'm still debating it myself, so it's okay.
Well, I want to introduce you to the world because a lot of the reason why we do this call, by the way, is because Brian, as of yesterday, maybe 50 people knew you at the leadership retreat, but there are hundreds of people in our company that are dying to meet you. So this is a way for you to introduce yourself to Think Energy and then to hear. Everyone wants to hear your perspective. Someone that's new, that's just only a couple months old in the business. And obviously, we'd love to hear your story. So if you don't mind, Brian, start out by telling a little bit about yourself. I want to introduce you to the Think Network here and all the people that are here excited to hear from you. Tell everyone a little bit about who you are, where you come from, and then we'll all kind of pepper you with basic questions to help drive some communication to the field, to help them in their daily business at Think Energy.
Sure. Well, thank you guys very much for having me. It's great to be here. My name is Brian Dilsheimer, from right outside of Philadelphia, and I've been like a lot of these guys. I've been in the energy space for a long time, for about 15 years. I love energy, mostly because it's easy enough that I can understand it, and everybody uses it. And I've been over the last 12 to 18 months just getting increasingly concerned because it's just become more and more difficult to help customers get good value in electricity. And so when I've known Kirk Horan forever, and we used to, catch up probably twice a year for a state of the industry address. And he never really recruited me, and I never really recruited him, and we just got to know each other and became good friends. And he obviously got on board with Think very early and started telling me about Think. And I really didn't have a lot of interest because you guys had the same stuff that everybody else had. And then what really got me intrigued was this idea of auto save. The fact that one, you could sign a customer, they were going to save money. That was guaranteed. But just as importantly, they were guaranteed to never pay more than the utility. So it was like saving money, but with zero risk. I couldn't figure out how somebody could say no to that. And then on the flip side, I love the fact that as somebody with a lot of customers, I don't have to renew anybody anymore. So that was kind of fun. So I honestly jumped in to think just with the standpoint of, hey, at least I have something that I can offer my customers. I wasn't really thinking about it in, a bigger scale than that. And then what happened is I started to get to know the culture a little bit. And to me, culture is everything because there's like a billion ways to make money in the world. But if you don't have the right culture, it's just not worth it. Life is short. And so who wants to be stressed out doing something that's no fun with people you don't want to be doing it with? And the culture here seemed to be an amazing fit. And then I started hearing the vision of what was coming with not only autosave, but then you layer on the smart thermostats and guarantee savings. And then when we have it in markets that we do community solar, and it's like, I thought autosave was easy to get people to sign up for, but I mean, it's like Maryland now 10% for 25 years off the supply and the distribution. It's like, who could say no to that? And then honestly, the game changer is batteries. And the reason that I'm excited about batteries is not only is there going to be great compensation associated with it, but not only for the consumer will it provide backup power supply, it will provide the lowest rate in the market. All that stuff's great from the consumer standpoint. It's great that the energy advisors can make a lot of money, but here's where, for me, it's a game changer, is the fact that I believe, now, what do I know? Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, energy might be one of the 2 or 3 biggest challenges and issues, not for our company, but for our country. And so, as I think about that and what the batteries can do in being able to basically unlock the potential of, let's call it midnight electric when no one's using it and it's cheap, and being able to unlock that capability not only for ourselves and our customers, but for the country, um, is really going to be a game changer because I feel like we're at a situation where not only are rates going to continue to increase, but when we start getting to the point where Texas is, where we start getting rolling blackouts, like that's going to create chaos and problems that I don't think any of us really want to think about or deal with. So, uh, I believe that we're in the right place at the right time with the right opportunity. And what was so much fun for me at the Leadership Summit was seeing that we're there with the right people. It really felt like family. So that was pretty amazing. So anyway, probably a long-winded answer to your question, but
No, listen, are you
it's
kidding me?
exciting.
It's so good to hear everyone that's on this call will benefit from anything that anyone says. And so we just appreciate hearing it for someone that's been in the industry for so long. Those are valuable things to hear in terms of why you made the decision to kind of go a little bit more all in. And yes, everyone, Brian and only been with us for a couple months, but yet is blazing a trail and has built a team and built a customer base up to almost 1,000 customers in just a short period of time. But he earned his way on that trip, which is amazing, which is the leadership. So he had a chance to spend time with that quality of people. And you definitely met some really good people, Brian. You were a huge asset from what I heard from everyone that said that they just my brothers and all the feedback. So we couldn't be happier to have someone like you on the Think wagon here for us because you're going to add tremendous value for so many different people. So we want to say thank you for sharing your story. You touched on something, and I'll let Tony and these guys say, but you touched on something that's really important for everyone on this call. The problem that is happening, that's going to happen in this country, it is if you lead with that as a vision, because that's really Think Energy. If you think about it, we are solving big problems in the energy industry. And I lead with that vision all the time. And I will tell you, there's a little town in New York. I did 2 things that I uncovered this weekend, which is powerful. When this storm came into the Northeast and kind of crushed everyone that was in its path, there was a little town in New York that's doing a beta program with batteries, and they're actually installing them in people's homes in this one town. They had 350 that they installed in homes for free. And when this storm hit, they had tremendous pressure on the grid because they couldn't meet the demand in certain times because of the everyone's heater and all that stuff. And they dispatched the energy for the first time to offset the demand. And it made a massive impact on that utility. And they started to write articles about it. And then you hear the same thing in Texas, where the legislation, the senators, everyone's saying, oh my gosh, if we didn't have battery storage for that ice storm, we would have been in so much more trouble. This is the future of where we're going at Think Energy. So, Brian, you hit it, you nailed it. And that's the vision that we all need to kind of share with our people. It is, like you said, everyone can enjoy the unlocked savings and all that good stuff that we're going to bring. But we are solving a big problem in this country. So congratulations, Brian, and thank you for sharing your amazing story with us. And we look forward to working with you guys. Everyone, Brian,
Yeah.
we do a live meeting in Pennsylvania once a month. And I encourage everyone that's within a 100-mile radius of Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, to go meet them and hear their stories live, because they're making a huge difference with their community. So congratulations, Brian. Ed, I know you had
Brian, let me jump in here for a sec, because from the very beginning, when I met you, you were a tire kicking, right? You were just like, I got all these customers, I got to put them somewhere. I guess this thing sounds pretty good, and that was going to be kind of the extent of it. And then all of a sudden, meetings start happening, and I've seen the progression. I've seen the progression, and now all of a sudden, I spend a weekend with you, and you drove up and through a snowstorm and everything, and you've got a Think shirt on, a sweatshirt with the momentum makers, because that means that you've hit the bonuses, the first three bonuses in record time, and now you want to build an army. So that transition from, okay, a place to put my customers, to now, holy cow, I'm rolling up my sleeves and really going to build this thing. It's great to see. It's great to have you on board, man. You bring a lot of value to our company because you're a professional, and we love working with professionals. So I'm grateful to have you.
Well, Ed, thanks, man. It means a lot coming from you guys. I remember when you guys came down. You guys are nice enough to come down and hang out with us in Fort Washington, and it was pretty evident that the culture fit was amazing. But I'll tell you, you know, Brendan was talking about vision, and everybody can understand the vision on paper, right? But here's the word that I think everybody's got to get to, is they've got to get that vision to where they understand it, but they've got to get it to where their belief goes through the wall. Because if you don't have belief, you can talk to 1 million people and say all the right things and have all the great services and value and everything. It's never going to get past a certain point, because 93% of communication is nonverbal. And so if you don't believe, people will sense that. But once you have that belief, like I watch Bella, you know, when Bella spoke the other night, and this person just speaks from her heart, and it's like her belief is like through the stratosphere, but you would trust anything she says because of that belief. But if anybody can find that belief, and by the way, that should be your first order of business, understand the vision, and then get your belief to where you're willing to talk. Anybody that isn't willing to talk to anybody, oh, I'm not going to talk to this person, they don't need this, or I'm not going to, you don't believe enough. Look in the mirror, talk to somebody who does, and get your belief there. Because once your belief is there, then there'll be no stopping you, right? I mean, once you have that, forget about it, because we have the tools and more are on the way. So once you have the belief and combine it with what is on the table and the vision of the management team, there's going to be no stopping any of us.
Love it.
Fantastic stuff. I'll tell you, Brian, we're going to take that little like 3 or 4 minute segment that you had after Brendan asked you one question and said, go ahead. We're going to take that little excerpt and just make that a video. Like, that is just awesome. We're going to do that. I'm going to do that. So great story. Great job. Appreciate you being on with us.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony.
Brian. Thanks. I appreciate
Cheers.
it. All right, let's bring up our next guest for the weekend, for the week here. We have a couple, a business partnership. These gentlemen that we're going to bring in is Keith Redler and Kyle Gafkin. We're going to bring them in. They actually are school teachers in the wonderful state of New Jersey. They actually work together as school teachers. Like, they go to school. Imagine this: you go to school every day with your business partner, and you're teaching school. And then you're also working a part-time business together. This is like, you can't even ask, you can't make this stuff up. But how this duo got together is really amazing. I want them to tell their story. But, Eddie and I, we have known these guys from the past. When New Jersey opened up for community solar, I reached out to Keith, and it was kind of funny. I texted him, and I piqued his interest a little bit, enough so his curiosity was like, okay, I want to know what this guy's up to. And then we set up a private Zoom, and I shared, like Brian and everything. I shared the vision of where Think Energy was today and where it was going. And I said, do you see yourself fitting into that vision? Could you see yourself being part of this, building a part-time business? I knew you were school teachers. Do you think you could be? And he said, give me a couple days to think about it. And he came back and said, you know what? I've talked to my business partner, Kyle, and I think we're ready to roll. And so Keith and Kyle, that was a pretty cool moment for us, because when you're recruiting anybody in life and someone says they want to join you, that's a very good feeling for your sponsor. So Ed and I and our family felt blessed that you wanted to work with us, and your journey started to begin. And so I see a couple of your teammates are on here. I see Alex is on here. Congratulations, Alex, you're doing awesome. But I also see that you guys are you're attacking the business in a way where I'd love for you to share, like, why did you make that decision to finally join? But what are you doing? Because you guys have got hundreds of customers personally. So I want to know how you're doing that, and then how now you've taken that next step to saying, I'm going to go out and build teams now. And you guys are attracting some of the best teams in the country. You're putting together massive teams in a very, very quick pace here. So guys, welcome to our call. I want to introduce you to the Think Network, because this is probably the first time a lot of people have even know who you guys are. And I want to welcome you to our call tonight. And I don't know who wants to start first. Maybe Keith and Kyle, if you want to tag team. But Keith, maybe I'll leave it to you, because I did call you first, and then you can bring your partner Kyle up there. You guys can banter back and forth. So welcome, buddy.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, no, we're excited. When Brendan reached out to me, he piqued my interest. We did work in the past together. But really what got my attention is the customer centric part of the company. That's how I always treated my businesses in the past. I'm only going to do something that's going to benefit the customer. It's going to help the customer, and I'll do everything in my power to defend the customer if there's something that goes on. So I always had my book of business. I always would do whatever's best interest for the customer, even if it meant less income for me. I would recommend the customers in the right direction. So when he brought to my attention about community solar, I had some knowledge about it already, but he told me the future of Think and where we were heading, and we had this product called AutoSave coming. I was like, that's what I want. That's what I need, because, I've always been a more customer centric person, and I needed something that was there for the customers. So reached out to Kyle. We work together daily, every day. We're both middle school teachers. I'm in science, Kyle's in phys ed and health, and it is, right? So what makes us, what I like about us working together is we're accountability partners too, right? We keep each other on track during the highs and the lows. We're there for each other, help each other out. Kyle, I'll hand it over to you if you want to add anything to that, and then we'll.
Sure. Most people probably can't tell from Keith being long-winded there, but I'm probably the more loud and boisterous one out of the two of us. But no, we work really well together, and we had done some things in the past that as soon as Keith called me, I actually told him no, and then I followed up with, but go ahead and tell me, I'm going to listen to you. So 10-minute call, he told me about community solar and autosave, and I was like, all right, I'll get on the call with Brendan, Ed, and Jim, and I'll listen to him. And right after that, I was back in and I was sold, just because the same thing. Keith and I had been customer gatherers before in the past, and what we did, over the past 10 years, and we hadn't really built big teams. We had gotten a small team and brought people on, but we focused on customers. And probably for the first couple months of us working the business, we got well over 100 customers into our business. We wanted to help people save money between AutoSave and Community Solar. We're still doing that today, but we really decided to buy in. And from the leadership of what we have seen between the partners in this company, Brendan, Ed, Jim, Tony, the other partners, Kirk, Bella, Big John, everything that they have done, it shows you what can be done, right? Keith and I, it's a great story. We're school teachers. We don't have a network that we've built up outside of the school and outside of our friends. We didn't do this forever, right? But you can create that if you start right now. And we bought into that belief, and we truly believe that in 2 to 3 years, this is our plan. We are going to be sitting on this call on the opposite side talking to our team. That is our goal, and that is what we want to accomplish. So I cannot wait for that to happen. And that is our vision. Every single other person in this company. I truly hope that you have the same vision, and that if it doesn't work out for you in the first 9 months, month 10, you never know when it's going to happen. You never know when it's going to happen.
Well, it's happening for you guys because for those of you that have been, you focused on your customers. So you got every school teacher to save money on their electric bill. How cool is that? I mean, listen, the one thing, the advantage that you do have is that you work with a lot of people. So you had a chance to educate a lot of the people that trust you. I mean, I would trust my kid if they were in phys ed and this guy showed his pikes. I would definitely give you everything, my friend. There would be no hesitation there. I'd say, here's my electric bill, Kyle, you take care of it. But you guys made that shift. And listen, this is the most important thing that I've seen out of you guys in your progression is, you are in it for the long haul. You didn't sign up for the quick money. Know you're building something that's legacy, and you understand where your future is going. And you've made the shift to say, hey, I'm going to, and I had this call with Keith. I said, Keith, when you guys start doing because for all of you guys that don't know, Kyle does a lot of FaceTimes. He's just an attraction marketer. He's amazing. Just talking to the public, right? And people private message him. I think that's how you got one of your last recruits. And I asked them to bring us in more, to use that third party validation where we said, hey, please use us more. Eddie and I, our partners, anyone's at your disposal. We're here to help you. And that's a critical part of this business. When you start to reach out to your upline or people that are there to assist you and use that third party verification, it makes the world of a difference. And you guys started doing that. And now tell us, how is that going for you guys? Because that's the one thing that we preach every day, 24 hours a day. We preach this every day as part of our system. And now that you guys have made that adjustment to say, I'm going to do that, you've started to implement that, and tell everybody, how's that working for you guys? Where's your recruiting going now with the teams that you're bringing in?
We've got meetings every day, so we've got meetings every day. We have our initial contacts and initial conversations. And when we see we're ready to get to the next level, we reach out to our upline, for support. I mean, Kyle, how many meetings did we have alone today? Just today alone. We had a snow day today. We had some more time.
Yeah, snow day, but I'm going on vacation tomorrow for a week, and in between packing and watching 3 kids, we were probably on 4 or 5 different calls today. Brendan and Ed were on one of them, and honestly, it changes your perspective when you, like Brian said, when you start to believe in what you are doing and you start to see the vision, even if you haven't had the success yet, it does attract to you other things. Instead of just one person talking to you, another person may come to you and they may have a team of 10 already. They may have a team of 50 already. And it's just incredible what happens when you truly believe in what you are doing. And we do now, right? We did before, but we weren't having all of that success yet. And a lot of people are stuck there, I think. And when we did reach out and start using our upline a lot more, it helped because they can just do things that we couldn't do yet. And we learn every single day from them. I have learned so much from just listening to Brendan and Ed and Jim have calls with our prospects that really, really helps understand language and everything that you can do. So I can't wait to continue to lead these teams that we're now starting to work with the way that they have helped to lead us.
Yeah,
it's amazing to watch. You guys are awesome. Ed, Tony, and Bella, you guys are meeting these guys. You may have met them before, but this is your chance to kind of ask away. Anything on your mind with these guys? Because these guys are all stars in our company. They're amazing.
I definitely have a question. So my daughter's a teacher, and I know how busy teachers are. And usually teachers are like up early. You do your work, and then after you're involved in extracurricular activities. You got everything else going on. Probably have families, your own things that you want to do, whatever it is. This is what I like to ask a teacher. How do you find time to do this? Like, how do you do it? What do you do?
I mean, we're obviously doing this part-time, right? Our full-time job is education, right? But we're treating our part-time hours in the evenings and on our lunch maybe as a full-time job, right? So we're Kyle and I put a commitment in, we're taking this serious, we're taking this next level. So consistency is the key here. So if we're only able to do a half hour one day, we put in that, that half hour. If we're able to put in two, we put in two, but we consistently do it. There isn't a day we don't do something, right? We do our 10 reach outs a day. And it grows exponentially that way.
Fantastic. I love it. Love
You
it.
guys, I've noticed you just from the time you signed up till just the call we had today, the level of, professionalism that you guys have become like a student of the industry. You've really started to understand this industry and how you do things to make it work for you and leverage your time. I've seen it, like the activity level from you guys is through the roof. You guys are bringing in not just onesies and twosies. You guys are bringing in monster organizations. I mean, you're attracting some big companies that are actually coming over to our company. It's pretty awesome to watch. So, Kyle, you've got a new baby, so you've got some time off. And that's a great thing at this critical time because you have to do a lot of work to keep these big machines going. So that's kind of a great blessing. But the fact that you guys are able to do as much as you're able to do with the time that you have is a testament that anybody can do this if you put your mind to it. Like if you put your mind to it, thank God you guys are accountability partners too. That's advice for everybody who is on this call. If you do not have an accountability partner, you have to, because you're down. I've been with you guys where we were almost about to close this one big deal and some guy on the inside, sabotaged it. But now a year later, that deal's on the table, or a couple months later, that deal's back on the table because you guys outlasted that guy. So kudos to you guys. Keep being those accountability partners. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate that. I can just say from kind of what you're bringing up is a few things that if you certain things when you hear like a leader say, "Hey, write down every single prospect that you have in a book." Milton talks about it. Big John talks about it. If you don't have a vision board or you don't have your goals written down, I used to think to myself, "That's stupid. Why would I do that?" But then I did it. And if they're doing it and they're the successful ones, you should probably do what they're saying. Success leaves clues, right? Do what they're doing. That's why you talk and work with your upline. So it's just crazy how things change for you when you start to actually do the things of the successful people before you.
Awesome, man. Fella, you are muted. I know you want to say a couple words there, but you're muted. So can you unmute yourself or?
I'm so proud of you guys. I'm blown away with your story. You are just such an incredible inspiration to all of us. I can't wait to meet you guys personally. I'm so blown away because you guys have full-time jobs, you're teachers. And like Eddie was saying before, if you guys can do it, everybody can do it. It's just you guys are so committed in your belief level. It's like, whoa, I'm blown away. I can't wait for this is recorded. Thank God it's recorded because the entire company needs to hear this. This is such an inspiring story. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Bella.
You guys are awesome. And listen, to the Think Network that's out there, you couple hundred of you, we are looking to highlight you. So how do you get here? And by the way, because we had a lot of stuff to share in terms of promos tonight to make sure you guys were hot and ready to go for tomorrow. Typically we'll have, several people on our weekly calls because we want the more perspectives we get, the more we hear from the newbies and the people that are going out and making it happen, the more it benefits the entire company. So if you're working hard, we will find you and we want to hear from you. So just know this is a weekly call. This is a part of our agenda. We want to hear from stories just like Brian and Keith and Kyle. You guys were amazing tonight. We also want to keep this call to about 45 minutes, which is where we are right now. So we want to say thank you for taking
Brendan,
the time.
before we check out for tonight, I have an ask for the field. Okay. I don't ask for a lot, but I'm going to ask you for this. I just posted in the chat a link to my Facebook. And I posted a video up there. I don't do a lot of posting on Facebook, but I did today. And I want everyone here to at least give me a thumbs up or a comment to help me out, because I posted this up a few hours ago. I've already gotten a few customers from it. So, but if you more activity on a post makes it go more viral. So if everyone could just click on the link and give me a thumbs up or write something in the comments. I'm also doing it to test some stuff out. So you'll help me in my testing. That will benefit everybody. Because when I do
By the
stuff,
way,
I do it
and
with the mind of
congratulations. I
everyone.
was wondering where our customers were coming from today. I'm like, hey, but for
Pretty
all of you
cool.
guys, for all you people in Maryland, Eddie's in Maryland, by the way, and Maryland has community solar up the wazoo, open inventory, no credit cards, it's consolidated billing. Good morning, America. If anyone knows anyone in Maryland, that is probably the easiest sign up you can have. Like Brian says, you should be signing everyone up if you have your belief, because no one gets hurt with community solar. It's the most amazing program. Eddie's been on a farm for a couple of years. Eddie actually brought community solar to Maryland with Governor Hogan. It is the most incredible program. And by the way, New Jersey, if you're in Atlantic City Electric, keep watching, keep putting your zip code in, because at any moment it'll flip and we'll have open inventory in Atlantic City Electric. And I know you
It's going to go fast. It's going to
go fast. So please, guys, and you'll hear about it from us. Once it's live and in the shopping cart, all you guys will know. But it's a 27% discount on open inventory in Atlantic City Electric.
27%. Think about that.
27%.
Think about that for 20 years. It's just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling.
Yeah. And obviously, every other state has autosave and all the great things that are coming. So next week we have some folks coming from Texas. Big Money Sam will be here next week. I can't wait to hear from him, because he's also an amazing customer gatherer, and he's going to tell our Texans how to do the business down in Texas. So we'll get that Texas perspective, and then we'll have a couple of other folks that are working, and maybe you on this call. We don't know who you are maybe yet, but the best way to get our attention is get on the leaderboard. Get on that leaderboard and make a name for yourself. So anyway, thank you for joining tonight. Bella, Tony, Eddie, our guests, you guys were all amazing. Thank you for our weekly call. We'll see you next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. sharp, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. I'm going to unmute the room, everybody. Thanks for being here, Kyle, Keith, Brian. Great job.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
Excellent.
Great call. Great call.
Take care,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody.
Thanks,
Take care.
everybody.
Awesome.
Great call.
Oh, have a great night.
call. See you
Eddie,
next week.
Eddie, that video was
Bye-bye.
awesome.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you.